NOLA Gent here in Meridian, Mississippi at Weidmann's. Yeah! Welcome to NOLA Gent. Let the good times roll. In this episode of our USA travel vlog, we are in Meridian, Mississippi at Weidmann's restaurant as we sample the food of the southern USA. I used to come and eat at Weidmann's a whole lot when I was a little kid and have some really fond memories of this place, but it's undergone some changes and I had not returned in many decades until recently. So we're going to review a little bit of the history that they list on their menu. So Weidmann's was established in 1870 by Felix Weidmann, a Swiss immigrant who was a chef on the transatlantic steamship. The restaurant was originally in the Union Hotel with a counter and 4 stools. In 1923, the restaurant moved to its present location under the ownership of Henry Weidmann, grandson of the founder. During the 40s, 50s, and 60s, the restaurant garnered national recognition and became a mainstay for Meridian and surrounding communities. It was during this time that the restaurant was open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, closing only for Christmas Day. In the 60s, the mantle was passed to Shorty McWilliams and his wife Gloria Weidmann. Shorty was a football star at Mississippi State and West Point and twice finished in the top 10 for the Heisman Trophy. In the 1980s, ownership was passed to Pooh Chancellor and his wife Gloria McWilliams. In 1999, a group of 54 investors purchased the building and restaurant and completely renovated the site. Weidmann's reopened in 2000 under new ownership. In 2010, the restaurant closed briefly and was reopened with the goal of providing outstanding and affordable Southern cuisine in a historic setting. Many of the recipes of the original Weidmann's have been revived, as well as new classics which are enjoying local popularity. The restaurant has been featured in many books, magazines, cookbooks, and television shows. Another Weidmann's tradition is the vast collection of photographs of celebrities, employees, and local guests. Please take some time to enjoy the many photographs of our guests collected throughout the years, as well as the original artwork on display by local artists. So the renovation has drastically changed the Weidmann's that I knew as a child. That Weidmann's had a 2-door facade on the outside and no balcony, and it was a much smaller and more intimate space. This new version is much larger and has added a great deal of things that were not present when I was growing up, as I completely don't remember ever going to the upstairs, and there was no upstairs balcony when I was coming here. So you have to hike up the stairs now to get to the bathroom, so you do get a nice healthy calorie burn climbing up this pretty steep flight of stairs. They do have an elevator too, we'll see in a minute. And just go ahead and destroy that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks so much. Now upstairs they've added a lot of private dining rooms now, and they really have a lot of options added. So there's a lot more space than there used to be. And throughout all the space up here, they have a lot of the memorabilia on the walls that you can see and get a little more of an understanding of all the history in here. So on your first visit to Weidmann's, I certainly suggest that when you come upstairs to use the bathroom, you take a little moment and time to explore everything up here. Now here's one of the other dining rooms they have up here. This is the Felix Room, and we'll poke through the window here and get a little view of the inside of what the private dining room looks like here. Looks like they have folding tables they put up here, and they have some more of the memorabilia here we can look at and see some of the past times gone by that are associated with this great spot. And they have the 1870 room, which 1870 was the founding date of Weidmann's. And if we look through the little door here, you can see it's a pretty good sized private dining room meeting area they have here. So there's lots of interesting memorabilia upstairs and downstairs you should check out. And this balcony bar is certainly a new addition from when I was a kid. So I visited here several months ago, and this is only my second trip to the restaurant since they did the huge renovations. So before that, the last time I'd been was the 1980s probably. I wish I would have known they were doing the big change in the 90s, or I certainly would have made one last visit. I am impressed with this new to me bar area up here. None of this existed, to my knowledge at least, when I came here as a child. And they didn't have this balcony in the old design specifications. It was a plain front building with no balcony, so that is a new addition with the balcony here. So it is a cool little space up here. They're not really doing anything at the moment upstairs with the COVID-19 situation, but you could get stuff downstairs and bring it up if you wanted. So whenever they get fully functional again, I imagine this is probably a pretty great spot to have a happy hour in the afternoons here on this really great balcony. And there were a couple people up here enjoying themselves. So I guess you can still enjoy it. You just have to go upstairs from downstairs back and forth to get a drink. So here is an interesting little area. Here's the elevator you can use instead of the stairs. And here is a really old school coffee pot. You don't find these anymore. This is definitely an antique coffee pot. I don't know if you can find anything similar to that anywhere anymore like that. And here is a little corner where you go up and down the stairs, and they have a lot of artwork up all over the place with a lot of historical items. And so it's always good to see yourself going up and down in the mirror here. So they've done quite a lot of changes. I do have to say, I and many other people that remember the old Weidmanns prefer the look of the dining room that they had then. I wish they would have left that alone, and they could have still have done the improvements they have in the upstairs area and downstairs, with leaving a lot of the old family-run restaurant the way it was in the downstairs, which would have made a lot more of us happy for nostalgia and just aesthetics. It was a more fun environment. It just had a better look about it, in my opinion. If you go to their website, you can see some of the old pictures, kind of get an idea of what it used to look like. This new design is nice and modern looking. However, I do miss the wood paneling that used to be all throughout here. They do have some good manners here, thanking us kindly for visiting. I do miss all the many more numerous pictures and interesting things with animal heads and other such things they used to have on the walls here. I just used to have such a fantastic time looking at all the menagerie of things here. But let's go ahead and look at the menu now and decide what we're going to get for lunch. So we have our appetizers with fried green tomatoes with 1870 sauce, quesadilla, crab cake, loaded crab cake, smoked salmon, bruschetta, lobster and shrimp spring rolls, soup of the day, Weidmann seafood chicken and sausage gumbo. Then on the next page we have salads with Weidmann salad, House Caesar, blackened catfish or grilled chicken Caesar, Weidmann's grilled salmon Caesar, chicken salad plate, shrimp remoulade, Gloria special, Felix's special, sandwiches with seared tuna sandwich, blackened catfish po' boy, Weidmann's blue cheese and bacon burger, bacon cheeseburger, Felix's mushroom Swiss burger, chicken salad sandwich, muffaletta, Reuben, prime rib po' boy, sourdough BLT, Philly cheesesteak, and spicy chicken sandwich. Then on the next page we have entrees with grilled pork loin, quiche of the day, quiche Lorraine, trout amidine, grilled catfish, crab cakes, loaded crab cake, shrimp and grits, catfish belvedere, blackened redfish, grilled salmon, redfish hana, ribeye, and pasta with chicken alfredo, shrimp tortellini, and then we have vegetable plates. Next we have the dessert page. We're going to look at that in more detail after we finish lunch, and we've already covered the history, but we need to look at this peanut butter crock story. So each table at Weidmann's is set with a handmade peanut butter crock and an assortment of crackers. This tradition dates back to the 1940s, when legend has it that there was a shortage of butter due to the war. A guest mentioned to Harry Weidmann that peanut butter would be a good replacement to accompany the crackers. Henry embraced the concept and eventually found a potter in Louisville, Mississippi to make the crocks. We now have a local potter in Meridian making the crocks by hand. If you'd like to purchase one, please ask your server. So I definitely remember having a really good time with the crackers and peanut butter here as a kid. So I'm gonna do it all again right here. Here we go. All right, this is some great looking peanut butter and some Ritz crackers. I'm gonna be putting on the Ritz here. And it's definitely a nice scoop of peanut butter here, right? So you can't have enough peanut butter on your Ritz cracker. Good stuff here. Oh yes, here we go. Oh yes, good peanut butter. I wish I knew what kind of brand of peanut butter they use. Or do they make their own? I think they probably buy it somewhere. Pretty sure it's not homemade. So, one more cracker to go. Here we are. And I think that will finish off my little hors d'oeuvre for the moment. So on my last visit, I got this vegetable beef soup that was pretty good. And then I had some crab cakes with sweet potatoes and black-eyed peas. And a redfish with cheese grits and sweet potatoes. Now, this visit, I'm getting the prime rib sandwich with sweet potatoes. So, it looks pretty darn good. Let's try it out, see how it is. It's a big pile of these shoestring onion rings. I'm not going to be able to finish those probably. Personally, I like my onion rings more of the thick cut variety. But okay, this looks like a pretty decent steak for lunch here. So here we go with the prime rib. Yum, yum. It is tasty and delicious, so they grilled it perfectly medium rare as I requested. Very good flavor. I do like it. I am enjoying this little piece of steak. Although it doesn't quite taste like any other prime rib I've had before, so I'm not quite sure it's actually a cut of prime rib here. It's tasting a bit more like another cut of steak than a prime rib, but I could be wrong. It's just cooked a little more brown on the outside than most other prime ribs I've seen. But now a little sweet potato bite. And these sweet potatoes, based on the taste alone, I'm nearly 100% certain that these are candied yams. So, pretty sure that they have not made these fresh. Maybe they have, but I've never been able to replicate this flavor of the candied yams by any other cooking method I've ever seen before. So I'm pretty sure this is a canned item. I will try these little shoestring onion rings with a steak, and that's a good combo, good flavor there. And you know, I don't mind candied yams, but definitely the fresh sweet potatoes are better. When I'm at a restaurant, I would prefer them to make a little more effort to do some fresh vegetables instead of the canned vegetables. And then the steak and the onion rings are always a good combination, of course, so that is a good deal, and can't complain about a good piece of red meat. Always happy to get my caveman red meat quotient in. Keeps me healthy and strong like a good Viking. So, yes. All right, got a little of this horseradish sauce on here. I would have liked a little more. Or it could be mayonnaise. I'm not getting much of a horseradish bite out of it. Ooh, all right. Another little combo of the shoestring onion ring and steak. Always go together well. I'm going to polish off these candied yams now. And not getting a lot of green vegetables here so far. But here we go. We're going to try out this bread. This is definitely not a New Orleans po' boy bread by any measure. It's probably just good old Cisco food service industry bread. So, yeah, nothing special in the bread. Not going to eat that. So we're going to stop right here and call it a meal here. Now, let's decide on the dessert we're going to get today. So we have Weidmann's world-famous black bottom pie, lemon almond pie, praline bread pudding a la mode, caramel cup custard, chocolate bourbon pecan pie, Weidmann's peanut butter pie, praline cheesecake, Weidmann's white chocolate and praline liquor coffee. On my past visit, this is the world-famous black bottom pie that I got, and then I've also tried the lemon almond pie. So on this visit, I'm going to try the praline cheesecake. So it looks pretty good, and let's get into it. This is a really big slice of cheesecake. It's gonna be an interesting challenge to finish off. This is a lot of food in here. So it's got quite a nice ooey gooey covering of praline flavor here. Ooh, I don't know if I can finish it. Comment below and let me know which one of these desserts that you thought were the most delicious looking. Wow, this is a pretty good cheesecake. I'm liking the flavor. It's got a lot of very caramely, ooey gooiness to it. So it is a nice cheesecake. I'm gonna give this one a thumbs up for the flavor and the topping deliciousness. It's got a pretty nice crunchy crust to it as well. So this is a good dessert. The black bottom pie is a unique dessert. I can't say it was my favorite dessert here. There are recipes for it online if you would like to try it out and cook it yourself. It was a very light, fluffy, creamy kind of dessert, so you can certainly check the recipe out to get a little better understanding of what it involves. And if you're ever here, it's sort of their thing, so I guess it's almost a mandatory thing for your first visit to get one and just share it among everybody at the table so you all can say you tried it at least, and then get another variety of desserts so you can get a good sampling of everything they offer here. Because why just get one dessert? We can get multiple desserts and everybody can share the different kinds. Makes it more fun that way, right? So, I'm gonna polish off the last little bite of the cheesecake, and I guess we will call this a successful lunch. So, here we go. It's a nice, delicious chunk of wonderful cheesecake. Oh, I'm really full though. So just like I totally destroyed that cheesecake, go ahead and destroy the like button on this video and smash that subscribe button and hit the little bell to get notifications, and I really appreciate it. So the total of my meal was $27.09 before tip. So a great time and a great meal, and this is really probably the nicest restaurant in the whole area around Meridian. If there's any other ones you know in the area, let me know and comment below. So I have a lot of great memories and nostalgia about this restaurant, and there's always so many interesting things to see. So if you're ever in the area, definitely stop on in and check this great place out.
Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. And if you would just click on the little circle here with a picture of my head in there and subscribe to the NOLA Gent channel, it would really help me a lot. I really appreciate it. Thank you.